Alright guys and gals, welcome on back to the Long Dark. My name is Splatterkid, and as per usual, we are doing menial tasks for, I don't know. We're doing menial tasks for a bearded man who has dwarf pubes on his legs, alright? That's what we're doing here today. One thing that I'd wanted to consider during today's episode is maybe trying to hit multiple objectives at the same time. I think, in fact, we're going to have to anyways, because I am mostly out of food and I don't want to waste any bullets. I have a couple of fishing lines. A couple. Not a lot, though. If I have some scrap metal, I might be able to make myself... I don't have a hacksaw, though, but I know where I can get scrap metal from. But if I had scrap metal, I can make a fourth line. I don't know if we're going to be able to get 10 kg of fish with 3 lines. That's a little optimistic. The lines tend to... It comes down to RNG, really. It really does. It comes down to that lore. It comes down to Nuffle. We're not really sure... Like, I can go out here, and I can fish for a little bit. And I can look for cattail stocks and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the problem we might run into is just that we don't have enough fishing line. Now, I do have some gut curing, so that's 2 more lines that we're able to get if I have the gut cured by the time I get back to the old man's lodge. But on top of that, I'm going to have to track down some scrap metal, which I think is going to require me to go out to the dam if we end up breaking too many lines. So, we're kind of in a bit of a tough situation here today, but I am going to try and finish off the survival training, I think, because, frankly, I don't know. We've done 2 out of the 4 tasks, and if we can finish the other 2 in this episode, I think I'd be happy with it. It's just that, like, I don't want to mess around too much. Ooh, cattail stocks. We need these. We need, like, 4 of these. Yay! There were actually some over here. I see 3. There's one right here, and if we can get a 4th, we will be done. Hopefully, we can lock that down. So that's 3 cattail stocks right there. Trying to stick to the left side of the lake because I know that's the side that I didn't scavenge. So any cattails, there's our 4th right there. And we got our guy. Hell yeah. So now the question becomes, do we sit around and farm out fish? And I'm thinking the answer is yes. I don't know, though. There's a distinct possibility that when we get back, he'll be like, I want you to catch a very specific fish. And it'll be like a quest item that we've got to dig out of the ocean, like World of Warcraft style. I'm sorry, dig out of the lake. Well, I'm sorry, it's a big body of water and I live in a city. Everything is an ocean to me. Everything is an ocean to me. That's the side effect of living in a city too long. Everything becomes an ocean to you. Any body of water that is larger than your head becomes an ocean. It's no longer. One time I saw a guy crash his bike and fall in a puddle. Like, he was like a million years old, and I was like in downtown, and he was like riding his bike hella fast. He was like trucking down the street hella quick. Like, seriously, this guy was at a clip, and then all of a sudden, he, like, endos his bike. Like, no joke. He hit, like, an upraised curb or something. I have no idea. And he, like, flew head first over the handlebars and was just like, ah! And just into a puddle, just splash. And, you know, the little evil gremlin inside of me wanted to laugh. All right, I'm laughing. I'm lying. I laughed a little bit. All right. But, like, hours to fish. Put in like 3 hours, maybe? I don't know what our coal's going to look like if I do this. I'm really hoping we don't break a line. If I break a line like on my first fishing, hey, there's a whitefish right there. That's 2 kg. All right, looking pretty good so far. We're moving along. The downside is that I might have to eat some of these fish. There's another whitefish. Okay. I think we're good to put in another couple hours. I'm just going to do it. We can cancel this out at any time anyways if we need the sunlight. So please don't break my line. I will be just fine if you don't break my line. I won't cry. Come on, catch them fishies. I need some fisheroonies in here. There we go. We got some whitefish. Let's go ahead and drink some water real fast. How much weight worth of fish do I have right now? Do I have 10 kg? I don't think I have 10 kg. I am, however, just going to eat cattail stocks for right now. I think I needed 4 for the quest, so I can afford to eat 2 of them. And then we got some pinnacle peaches right there, too. Although they are toasted. Those pinnacle peaches are in really rough shape. The can is rusty. It probably has botulism. It's probably exploded out one end like a weird hot dog or something like that. I don't know if I want to play that. But we do have weight with us right now. We do have weight with us. I think if I remember correctly, fish goes bad pretty quickly, though. Ooh, there's more cattail stocks over here. And here I was worried that I took them all. Okay. Well, I'll finish off foraging these, and then we'll come back, and I think I'm going to try and get, like, the full 10 pounds of fish, or I'm sorry, the 10 kg of fish, before we take it on back over to the old guy, because it's a gamble that I'm willing to take. It takes us, like, no effort whatsoever to pick up 10 kilograms of fish, and then cart that back over to his house. It really doesn't take us that much effort. It takes us, like, what, 10 minutes out of a quest that's taken us 30 minutes anyways. And so if I could bang out both those quests at the exact same time, I think there was a 5th quest though. There was mending, there was harvesting, there was foraging, there was fishing, and I think there was a 5th quest. I don't know, I might be wrong. Either way, I'm going to go back to the lodge right now. We're going to sleep for the night. And then once I have schlepped for the night, all of my schleps have been schlooped, I think we'll come back over, and I'm also going to do the math on the amount of fish we have. If we have over 10 kilograms, awesome. If we don't have over 10 kilograms, I may actually overfish it. I may do something a little bit ill-advised. I may load us up with like 15 kilograms of fish, just so that we've got future food, because I think that's what we're running into right now, is that our food supply is absolutely abysmal. So, if in the process of getting this quest done, I can also end up with enough food to last me like 2 or 3 days while we finish off this episode, I think that that's probably a satisfactory idea. So this evening, it looks like we have another aurora. It looks like the lights are trying to come on. I had heard that during the aurora, you can use the flashlight. Holy shit, you can. You can use the flashlight during the aurora. That's pretty sweet. I've never gotten to use the flashlight in-game before. I just figured I'd show it to you guys because I've never gotten to use it. I don't think the flashlight has ever been useful to me before. It's not incredibly useful right now, but it is a thing that we have, so I can be like, look, we've got a flashlight now. Hooray for us. Bask in the sultry glow of our flashlighty goodness. Basically just staying up all night right now. There's not a whole lot of things to do at the moment. Repaired some of my gear, tore up some pillows, did some little things like that until the aurora started. And then I was like, oh shit, we got that ambiance lighting. That's what's up. And now we're just trying to sleep till morning, hopefully. I'm hoping that 8 hours will get me there, but I'm going to go back out and fish as soon as this is done because fishing is life. I've actually never been a big fan of fishing. I don't think fishing is, like, stimulating enough for me. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but for whatever reason, fishing just doesn't do it for me. I get bored too easy, I think. I can't take simple pleasures seriously. I think that's the problem. Eat a couple more cattail stalks, but we'll keep enough to complete the quest so that we can turn that in. God, I really want to get all these, like, random training quests done. I feel like they basically taught you to do these things anyways while you were going through the game. I need to drop off. We have, like, over a kilogram of cattail stalks, and we really sincerely don't need that many. Like, it's unnecessary how many we're carrying around with us right now. Other than that, I don't see a whole lot of other gear that we're able to, like, shed and get rid of at the moment. We've got, like, some extra leg... I guess we got some thermal underwear, some long johns right there. But, dude, I do not trust that can of peaches. I'm just going to leave it on the floor. You know, like, sometimes there's, like, that thing from the back of your fridge where you're like, I don't know if I should eat this or not. And so you just decide to pass on it. Or maybe you're super cavalier. Maybe you're more badass than I am, and you just go for it. Maybe you are, but food poisoning is no joke, man. I've had food poisoning too many times in my life to, like, I don't mess around with food anymore. I don't know if I got, like, a weaker system than most people. I don't know. But, like, I get food poisoning at least, like, once or twice a year. Maybe it's just I eat food from dubious sources constantly, and I hate food poisoning. Because there's really two different kinds of food poisoning. There's the food poisoning that comes out one end, and then there's the food poisoning that comes out both ends. And if you've had the kind that comes out both ends, you're like, I don't ever want to have food poisoning. It's never fun trying to choose which end of you gets the toilet, which end of you gets the bucket. Especially in a high-stakes situation where your body's like, now. It's never fun. You don't want to get caught up in that situation doing like the human whirlybird. Just trying to figure out where each end of your body goes while you got that pounding headache that you only get when you're like hella sick, you know what I mean? Where it like gets you right behind the eyes. Oh, I hate that so much. I always get that. That's how I know I'm getting sick, is I get like a headache behind my eyes. That's been my thing since I was like young. I know I'm about to get sick because I get like a weird, it feels like somebody's pushing on the top of my eyeball with their index finger. And that's how I know I'm about to get like the flu or I'm about to get sick. That happens every single time. Is that a dead body over there? No, that's a rock with some snow on it. I don't know. You start to get a little jumpy. You start to get a little jumpy when you've been in a survival situation like this. 60% frozen. Break that ice real quick. Be the icebreaker. So let's go around the room. Tell me your major and one interesting fact about you. And you're like, oh, Jesus. How about let's never do this icebreaker again? I hate icebreakers. They're the worst. Hopefully our heat, like, evens out at some point because we don't really have the temperature to sit here all day fishing if it doesn't. Well, there's a couple of whitefish right there. Didn't really catch much else. I don't see any wood around here that I'm going to be able to use. God, This fog just will not go away. This fog has been here forever. I don't think there's any firewood around either. Maybe I should set a fire before I do this. Also, I'm going to put that away. Like, put out some kind of... I guess I could have just pressed H. This was an option. There we go. Press the H button. The H button. There we go. H button taken care of. The H button. I'm going to go find some firewood real fast so I can start a fire up in there while we fish. So that I can get a ton of the fishies. I don't know if there's any limbs or branches around, though. If there were, they'd be back behind the camp office. I really wish this fog would burn off. I do not like this fog for a second. I mean, I can navigate in it just fine. It's not that big of a deal if you've got, like, a basic sense of direction and have played the game for a little while. But it's still obnoxious not having line of sight, especially if there's wolves around. Luckily, I don't think we have wolves around right now, so we should be solid. Kind of just waiting for the temperature to get better, too. Where's some wood at? Where the wood at? I don't see anything choppable over here. And I don't think this limb's going to be choppable either. Nope. Can't chop that guy. One thing the game does not take into account is how wet fuel is. Like, if there's, like, wood out in the snow, I have my doubts that it would actually be dry enough to light. Like, that part concerns me. I just don't think, like, when you've got, like, a wet fuel source, it can be very difficult to get that thing to light. I know I've had trouble with it in the past when you've got, like, a soggy wood pile. It just has not had the chance to dry out. That's why when you were a kid, your dad used to put the logs outside and cover them with a tarp so they dry out over the summer so that in the winter, all your cord would be ready to go. Now that I've gathered up the firewood, I think that makes my life a little bit easier. I've got 3 cedar and 3 fir that I'm going to throw into here. And I think that should keep us solid for the whole time we fish, although I've basically used up the whole day already. Unfortunate, but that's the way she goes sometimes. I'm going to start a fire with some accelerant because we just don't have the time to mess around with lighting a fire all day. There we go. So I'll throw that in there. Boom. And that has got us a pretty solid little fire right there. We might be able to do some night fishing too, if we play our cards right. If we play our cards right. Got a couple of fish in here. With 8 hours left to go, I'm going to see if I can actually cook up the surplus. So break that ice down real fast. And now that the fishing hole's cleared, we'll go ahead and fish for a couple more hours. Hopefully we get a good haul right now. If we can get like 3 or 4 fish. There's a whitefish. No salmon yet. Not a single salmon yet. We used to go salmon fishing. Hey, there's a bass. That's not bad. I'll take a bass. That sounds good to me. Ah. We snapped a line, unfortunately. Come on, keep fishing. I'll go out at night if I have to. I'm not really that upset about it.
Something behind.
There we go. Alright, so we got like a blizzard outside. Very low visibility. If I hadn't played the game so much, this would probably be a problem. I'm actually going to cook the bass. And as soon as that's done, we're going to eat that on up. We don't really have any cattail stalks left, so unfortunately that's not going to be an option. I will also cook up a whitefish right here, because that's going to give us about 1,300. Did I get lamp oil from a fish? What? Hold up. Did it just say I got... Dude, I get lamp oil from fishes? Dude. Who knew? I need to be careful about the way that I set this up right here, because if we get lost in this blizzard, it could be a problem. It could be a fairly major issue. So, we're going to be looking for landmarks. This visibility is pretty much the worst visibility we can possibly have in the game. We've got low light working in collaboration with a blizzard. And actually, I prefer it when it's nighttime. I don't like it when the world has like this orange view on it. For whatever reason, when the world has this orange view on it, it's really disorienting. I don't know why that is, but it messes with me. It messes with me and it makes me do dumb stuff. And I don't like doing dumb stuff on the internet. Contrary to popular belief, doing dumb stuff on the internet is something that I actively try not to do anymore, but it does happen from time to time. Let's get inside, and in the morning we will take all this stuff back to our dude and see if he gives us something new to do. Or if that's just the end of the chapter. I'm not really too sure. At this point, it seems like the second chapter has a lot more busy work to it. I'll say that. The second chapter seems like it has a lot more busy work, but at the same time, it's a lot more girthy than the first chapter. Let's eat some fish. So we got a smallmouth bass right there. 1,000 calories, get us nice and set up. Get that tummy all nice and full. There we go. And that, my friends, is the downside to fish. It is just not very filling. It's not very filling. I will drink that for the added calories. I mean, we picked it up off the ground, so... Oh, good. It's sleepy time tea, too, so we'll get improved rest bonus. Nice. Okay. Well, we are tired. I don't know how our water supply is going to hold out for right now. I'm looking to try and find the stairs here. Let me snap on a light source real fast. We got about 1 trillion matches anyways, so I don't see a reason why this shouldn't be a perfectly acceptable solution to our problem. We got more water laying around on the ground, which I'm happy about. That's great. And from there, I think we're just going to sleep for tonight. I suppose I could get away with waiting like 2 hours. If I pass time for like 2 hours, and then I sleep for another couple, I think we'll be a lot better off. Although we are going to be hangry in the morning. We're going to be real hungry. Let's go ahead and get our sleep on. We got that buff, so hopefully the sleepy time will be nice and restful. Come on. Be solid. Well, we got water on us, so that's good. Go ahead and get some of that done right there. Although water's not really what I'm concerned about. It's our hunger meter that's really kind of the terrifying part of this. I put the fish inside this drawer. So we had 9 kilograms of fish, which I think works out okay. I think we've got, so there's 4.
Walk with this much gear.
There's 6. 8, 10. So yeah, we've got enough. And then we've also got some bonus fish. Just in case you were trying to have bonus fish, I guess. But that's everything we need in order to get this quest done. Hopefully the weather is not too shitty outside. If the weather's really bad, then I think we're probably just going to have to wait here for a little bit. But if the weather's okay, we should be able to go out and just hoof our asses on back to the hunting lodge. The weather looks a little iffy. But I can always like set some twigs on fire or something if I really need to. You can always set some twigs on fire. Well, I'm going to slow boat it back on over here. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be pleasant because my guy is walking super slow. But I will see when we get there. Okay, so after quite a long walk, in fact, it took a while to get back over here at this rate. We are finally at the hunting lodge. So what we're going to do is I'm going to drop the remainder of the things that this guy wanted off in his little pile over here. So here we go. I get the feeling that this is all just like some giant scam in order to get us to supply him with food. That's my estimation, is that this is all bullshit. And we've also got rose hips. I think he wanted like 8 of those. So we'll transfer that over. And is that the entire mission right there? Okay, so that's done. We also have 10 kg, about 15 kg of fish on us right now. I will more than likely eat a pretty good chunk of that. We're probably going to have to shoot a deer or do some kind of hunting before this is all going to work out for us. We also have hypothermia risk, but is what it is. Story with survival lessons. I got you the stuff, so let's go with fishing. And so he says you always have the means to hunt, and so you've got to go fish. Head to the camp office. We need that. There's some huts. Bring back fish so that you won't die from starvation. Yep, let's do the fish thing. I can smell it. Oh, so how much fish did he want? Oh, he only wanted 5 kg. Even better, dude, because I needed future food. That's what I needed really badly, was just future-proofing my food supply. And so if I can have like 20 kg of fish left over, that'll make it so I don't have to farm anything out very soon. Let's throw, so there's 3.5. I'm trying to give him the stragglers.
Something to eat.
I think that's 5 right there. Let me make sure. Yep, exactly 5. Got him. Perfect. I could not have asked for that to have lined up more perfectly. We also need to cook some food for ourselves. So before I do the next storyline section, assuming it's not like the end of the trail for us, I'm going to cook up the remainder of this whitefish. We're going to eat whatever we can. We're going to go through this pretty rapidly. This whitefish tends to spoil really fast. But that being said, it also is pretty calorie dense considering the low amount of effort that goes into getting it. In general, I don't use fishing when I play survival mode because I feel like it trivializes the game. If you're able to fish, it just makes things too easy. But then again, by like an hour into survival mode on Stalker, I haven't actually started playing Interloper yet, which is the highest difficulty, but I can survive fairly consistently on Stalker now. Like, it depends where it starts me out. If it starts me out in like a weird location in the middle of the night, like ain't no surviving that. Like, it is what it is. Sometimes you just get a bad draw. It's got 500 calories right there. Yup. Get it on down. Our dude's hella hungry. Perfect. And if I can have like a little bit left over, that's all that I really want. Actually, that used up more of our supply than I expected, but it did get us back up and running. It did get us back up and running, and it got us back below weight, which is great. So, we've completed his quest with 1 fish left over. Story mode. So, survival skills. Ah, Jesus. So this game, I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they did it like that. But, like, apparently I've got to go pick up some object in the camp office. Oh, I've got to craft fishing tackle. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a workbench right here. Can I just do it right here? I'd prefer to do it right here. Is the gut cured? The gut's still got 80-something% on it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that then. Back to the camp office, I guess. Jesus. I just kind of wish that they were like, here, let you drop off the supplies, because frankly, it feels like a weird point in the game for them to be like, here's survival school. Like, it feels like they're forcing you to do a tutorial like 15 hours into a game that you already know how to play. Essentially, is kind of what it feels like to me, and so I feel like this was a bit of a misstep with regards to the narrative. It was just like an excuse to pad the hours. Camp office, camp office. I don't even care if this episode has to go long in order for me to finish this shit right now. I want this done. Like, I want this set of tasks, like, finished right this second. Like, I just don't want to do this for another episode. And so that's really what I'm trying to get out of here, is that this arbitrary running in between locations over and over and over again. There's a letter right there. I don't know if we read it. All it says is that people need to put stuff in bear boxes. I read it the other day. So we needed... There's a whetstone over there. As far as the workbench goes, we've got hooks and we've got lines. I can make... Oh, I do have a scrap metal. All right, well, let's make a hook then. Let's make a hook. And so the hook is done. It looks like you can actually make line out of... Yeah, I was going to say out of cured gut. I thought that was going to be... So we'll make the hook and the line real fast. I came over here just to be careful about it, because I didn't know if the game was going to be salty if I picked up... There we go. So we've crafted that. Let's go back again. So there it is. Hopefully we get this narrative padding out of it. I'm kind of wondering about these crosses out front. Are they like his family? Like, why are there a bunch of grave markers out in front of his house? I'm a little concerned about this. We haven't heard anything about it yet, but that's always been one of the things that I've sort of wondered about the hunting lodge, is like, why are there crosses out front? We done here, buddy?
Huh. Not bad. For a pilot.
Yeah, well, thanks for the help. I think I'm ready to get out of here.
I have a little graduation present for you.
Oh, yeah?
Here.
Well, thanks.
You've earned it. And I have a feeling you're going to be needing it before you're through.
I have a feeling you might be right.
Okay, well, what do we do now?
Look, I appreciate your help in learning how to survive out here. I really do. But my friend is still out there, and they may need my help. It's time I got going.
Like I said before, Mackenzie, there's only one way out of here. Through that dam.
Okay. So, how do I get through it then?
I'm the only one who can get you through. And I want to help you, I really do.
I'm tired of being jerked around, Jeremiah. I need to get out of here.
Listen, Mackenzie. There's more at stake here than you realize. This is about more than you, or me, or your friend.
What are you talking about?
Just listen. If you can't get past the bear, the rest doesn't matter. If I was well enough, I'd take care of it myself. But I'm wrecked. We'll die here unless you finish it off.
I'm a pilot with a bit of survival training. I'm not an experienced hunter. What can I do?
You can pull a trigger, can't you?
Well, yeah.
Get out there. Keep your wits about you. He's out there, waiting. But you're going to have to bait him, so the fight can happen on your terms.
What? Bait him? With what?
Bears can smell blood from over 20 clicks away. You get out there, cut yourself enough that you bleed, and he'll come to you. I'm sure of it.
So, you want me to use myself as bait? There's no way I'm doing this. This is crazy.
He'll come for you when you're not expecting it. But you won't miss it. It won't be subtle. It'll sound like a ton of muscle and bone bearing down on you like a freight train of hate and hunger. You stand your ground. Do not flinch. You raise your rifle, you sight him, and when you can see between his eyes, you squeeze that trigger.
Oh, boy.
It's the only way.
And if I make it? How will I know when it's done?
He won't go down with one shot. He'll run off, and it'll seem like you got him, but he'll be back. He always comes back. You do it again, and again, as many times as it takes to bring him down.
This sounds like suicide.
Only if you fail.
You sure this is the only way?
You bring me the old bear's ear, and I'll get you out of here. I will give you everything you need to find your friend.
Okay. Well, you better hope this works.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Or I'll be sending the old bear back for you.
Ah! Remember, Mackenzie, wait till you see the whites of his eyes. Then squeeze the trigger.
I understand.
It's not something you can understand with your head, Mackenzie. No man can know if he has what it takes to face the bear until he's faced it. And then, it's not about what's in here. It's about what you've got in here. You aren't going to kill the bear with your head. You're going to kill him with your heart.
Well, here we go. It's time for us to hunt a bear, but that's going to be in the next episode of The Long Dark. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. Meters are looking a little bit iffy, but I think we can scrounge something on out. I do wish you would let us have some of this food, though. It'd make my life easier. Well. I'll see y'all next time. We finally got the busy work out of the way. It's time for us to get back to questing with real narrative content. I'll see y'all next time. Hi, everybody. I'm pretty excited about it. Bye, everybody.